Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Techno Education Academy. In this video lecture, we will discuss the working principle of Velox Boiler. This boiler works on the principles that whenever the gas velocity exceeds the sound velocity, at that time the heat transfer rate from the gas at much higher rate than the rate achieved with subsonic flow. Okay, here we increase the velocity of air, okay, by using compressor, and the velocity it will become supersonic, and this at this supersonic velocity the heat transfer rate is more. This fact is used in Velox boiler to achieve large amount of heat transfer from even surface area. Okay, here you can see that this is the schematic diagram of Velox boiler. This boiler makes use of pressurized combustion. Air is compressed about 2.5 bar pressure by an axial flow air compressor, and this compressor may be driven by gas turbine or electric motor. Air is compressed to 2.5 bar pressure by an axial flow compressor. The objective of this compression is to produce supersonic velocity, and the velocity it is approximately 200 to 250 meter per second in the combustion chamber. The fuel and air are injected downwards into the vertical combustion chamber. Here you can see that this is the combustion chamber, and this is the nozzle, and this nozzle is connected with the fuel pump and fuel supply system. The fuel and air are injected downward into the vertical combustion chamber, which consists of gas tubes and annular water tubes. Here you can see that the connection of the nozzle with the fuel pump and fuel tank. Okay, and here we supplied the fuel from the fuel tank, and compressed air is supplied from the compressor, and it is driven by either motor or gas turbine. Hot flue gases passes through the inside the tubes at a supersonic velocity, while feed water flows through the annulus between the two tubes as shown in figure. Here you can see that this is the section AB. As a result, heat is transferred from the flue gases to the water at a very high rate to generate the steam water mixture, and the mixture we can say steam water mixture, and this steam water mixture then passes to a separator, steam separator, which is designed in such a way that mixture enter in it with a spiral flow. Okay, this produces centrifugal force. Centrifugal force means the mass is away from centroidal axis, and this due to this centrifugal effect, okay, the heavier particle it is separated, or we can say due to which the heavier particles are thrown outward on the walls. This separator separates the steam from water. This separated steam is then passed to the superheater and then supplied to a steam turbine. Water removes from the steam in the separator is again passed to the water tubes with the help of water circulating pump. Hot gases coming out of the combustion chamber is further passed over the superheater, where its heat is utilized to superheat the steam. Here we remove the moisture content and steam is available. It is superheated steam, and we know that superheated steam means it will obey all thermodynamic law, Boyle's law, Charles law and Gay-Lussac law, or we can say there is no any moisture content in the steam. So the gases coming out of the superheater are having higher temperature, around 500 degrees Celsius. This gas is allowed to expand in the gas turbine, which is used to drive the air compressor, and the turbine exhaust is passed through the finally it is passed through the economizer to preheat the boiler feed water, and then finally discharge at around 90 degrees Celsius and 120 meter per second to the atmosphere. We have already discussed what is the function of economizer. Economizer means it is a one type of heat exchanger. Whatever the heat is remaining in the exhaust gases, okay, it is transferred to the coil or heat exchanger, and in this heat exchanger there is a passage of the water. Okay, so water will receive the heat from the gases, and it temperature it will be increases, and this hot water it is supplied to the boiler, so we can save the fuel, or we can say increase the thermal efficiency. Now we will discuss advantages and disadvantages of the Velox boiler. The first advantage, very high heat transfer and combustion rates are achieved, because we know that here we are using supersonic velocity, so the heat transfer rate is increases. Second advantage, it requires low excess air as compressed air is used, because we know that whenever we compress the air, so its density will be increases. Okay, so the low excess air required, because here we are using compressed air. Third advantage, it is very compact and has greater flexibility. Fourth advantage, it can be quickly started. Fifth advantage, control is entirely automatic. And last sixth advantage, it has a high thermal efficiency. Now we will discuss what are the disadvantages of the Velox boiler. The steam generating capacity is limited to 100 tons per hour, as a large amount of power is required to run the air compressor, because we know that compressor is a work input device, so huge amount of power is required to run the compressor, so its capacity, generating capacity, is limited to 100 tons per hour. Second disadvantage, power produced by gas turbine is not sufficient to run the air compressor, hence power from additional motor is also supplied to run the air compressor. It can operate on liquid or gaseous fuel only. Here we are only using liquid and gaseous fuel, because if solid fuel is used, then grit in the hot flue gases may damage the boiler tubes due to the impact on boiler tubes. Okay, so this is the limitation of Velox boiler. Here we can only use liquid and gaseous fuels. So this is the all over about the Velox boiler. So I hope this content it will be helpful to you. If you would like to watch this type of more technical videos, then please subscribe our channel and also press bell icon for more notification. Thank you friends.